Working with percents. In this screencast, I will show you 3 different examples of how you can use proportions in order to solve problems with percents. In our first example, it is asking us what is 25% of 40? Well, we know that 25% is the same as 25 out of 100. And we are looking at what out of 40 would be the same as that. So our proportion would be 25 hundredths is equal to x out of 40. In order to solve this problem, we are going to cross multiply. So I'm going to diagonally multiply my denominators and numerators. So I have 100 times x is going to be equal to 40 times 25. So now I have an equation. 100x equals 25 times 40. Well, I know that 25 times 40 is 1,000. So 100 times some number equals 1,000. In order to keep the equation balanced and isolate the variable, I need to use inverse operations. If I divide both sides by 100 so that we can isolate the variable x, we can then find its value. So x is going to be 1,000 divided by 100. And 1,000 divided by 100 is 10. So the answer to what is 25% of 40 is 10. 10 is 25% of 40. Let's look at the next example. The next question is saying 30 is 15% of what number? Well, again, the easiest place to start is with the percent. I know that 15% is 15 out of 100, and we need to set that equal to another fraction. Well, we're looking at 30 out of some number. So the way I would represent that would be 30 out of x. In this case, we're looking for the total. Again, we can cross multiply our numerators and denominators. So 15 times x is going to be equal to 100 times 30. So 15x equals 30 times 100. And I know 30 times 100 is 3,000. So 15 times some number equals 3,000. In order to figure out what x is equal to, I would divide both sides by 15 so that I can isolate the variable. So now I would have x is equal to 3,000 divided by 15. So in this case, x is equal to 200. That means that 30 is 15% of 200. Let's look at the last example. 51 is what percent of 85? All right, let's look for where it says percent again. In this case, it says what percent. So I don't know what the percent is. So it's some number out of 100 because percents are always out of 100. So x out of 100 is equal to something. Well, I know I have 51 out of 85. So in this case, x over 100 is equal to 51 out of 85. Again, we're going to cross multiply in order to find the value of x. So 85 times x is going to be equal to 100 times 51. Here's my equation. 85x equals 51 times 100. So 85x is equal to 5,100. Again, in order to isolate the variable, I'm going to need to divide. If I divide both sides by 85, then x will be equal to 5,100 divided by 85. So x is equal to 60. So 51 is 60% of 85.